Good evening, Gen X fam. It's me, the Gen X Paw Paw. This is the Gen X Effect. So, how's everybody doing? It's a nice, chilly Monday evening here. Just finished watching a live of one of my people I'm subscribing to now. Been thinking about dropping a video for a night or two, and just ain't got to it. I've just been super busy. I've been busy all weekend. Went to the outdoor show up in Pennsylvania and a couple times, and went to DC Saturday night. Went to casino at MGM. Pretty wild. That was a solemn, somber moment. Crossing the Woodrow Wilson Bridge into Maryland, and you could look up the bridge and you could see all the work being done where the plane went down. You could see the command boat out in the middle of the river. It was. I was with my son. He was driving. He's like, "Dang, Dad, look at all them blue lights." I'm like, "That's where the accident's at." He's like, "Right here." I'm like, "Yeah, if we was at the casino the other night, we just saw that. That's how crazy it is. Just just wild." And I was in there watching from the parking garage, all the planes just steadily coming in, and just I don't know, makes you think, huh? So I was trying to decide what I wanted to talk on or speak on, what kind of subject line I wanted to have. And I've noticed for the last 5 or 6 days, well, last week, let's go with the last week. A lot of the people I follow, they're having some struggles, whether it be illness or financial or health or whatever it may be. Just some daily struggles that we all go through, but making life hard on them. But they're still getting up every day and they're still doing what they need to do and still being productive and still taking care of business and still putting out videos and still trying to go live when they can and still trying to stay positive. And I love it. It's like I know I've tapped into the community I want to be part of. That's for sure. Um, that's just what I want. I just want to see people keep trying no matter what, and I want to see people that support that and push that and encourage that. That's just what I need to be part of. I don't care about ideologies and beliefs and all that. Everybody has their own beliefs and everybody has their own ideology. We all grew up our own way, and that determines our decisions we make. It's I don't fault nobody for their decisions. It's based on how they were raised, and the circumstances they went through, and that's how they learn to react to things, and that's okay. That's what makes us all individuals. Is we're allowed to see things and think things differently. I mean, I have three other brothers, and none of us see things the same. We were all raised the same by the same woman. We just all absorbed it differently and reacted differently. So I learned that's how people are. You got to accept them for how they are. It's I spend a lot of time looking at people wondering like, how can you be that way considering the things you've been through? But you learn when you're dealt with a situation. There's one or two or three roads you can go with that situation, and we don't all choose the same road. And the roads we choose ultimately shape who we are. And you got to respect that. Like, people didn't choose the road I did, you know. And I'm glad, mine wasn't a good road either. So why would you think like me? I chose anger and violence and, you know, just trying to be a hard ass. That was my response to everything, Um, it was my safety mechanism. So I don't expect people to do that, But growing up and coming through life as a young man, I see people who've been through similar situations to me when they were young, and they'd be totally different. They'd be soft and just let everything bounce off their shoulders, and I don't know. I couldn't understand how they could do that, knowing that they went through something that I know what it was like, and but of course, like as I got older and understood, that was just the way they chose. That was the way their mind went, and I got to accept that, and I got to be, cool with that, and I am. Ideologies and beliefs and all that, that don't matter. If you're a good person, you're a good person. You're a bad person, you're a bad person. That's just the way it is. It don't matter what you believe in or what you don't believe in. So I don't know how I got on that rant. I just I want to just show appreciation to the people out who are out there going through it, and they're still out there doing their best, and they're putting their best foot forward. I've mentioned her a couple times. This destined to recover chick. She sorry, I don't mean to say chick, but that's how I talk. This destined to recover lady, and I mean that. I should have said it that way the first time. Um, she's got a family, and I've watched her go live like 3 or 4 times in the last couple of days, and watched her cook breakfast for the fam and dinner for the fam. And she has been ill. She's just not been feeling good. You could just see it in her. It's just weighing her down. And then she works a 12-hour shift at her job, and it's overnight into the morning. It's and she's doing it. She's cooking. She's taking care of the family. She's going to work and putting out lives, and you just got to admire that. You just got to give her credit for that. You got to let her know she's doing a good job, because she is. She's doing the best she can. And I've been watching this fella Valentine. I hope I said that right. Um, he's out there. He's putting videos out every day, and he's trying to find his groove and his mark. And you can tell he's upbeat and positive, and he's trying to stay that way, and he wants to motivate people to just be good people. So I'm looking forward to when he catches his stride and just kind of takes off. I like seeing stuff like that, because you see the potential in them. It's just they just got to catch their wave. When they catch their wave, boy, it's going to be a wild ride to watch. Um, and I've been watching Dante London. I'm careful with that. Like Dante, he hyped me up watching his videos, so I got to give him credit for that. He hyped me up, and he's doing his thing, and it's working for him. Um, I just, I just don't think that's the way to go about it. And the more I get into it, the more I see. I just don't feel like that's the way I want to go about doing my YouTube. But I'm not knocking his. Get yours, man. Get yours. Get your hustle on. You ain't doing nothing wrong. Uh, get your hustle on. Take care of your family. Do your thing. He definitely hyped me up, though. He definitely put the fire in me. I've been wanting to get on YouTube and do this, and all I've been doing for months was watching videos and educating myself and trying to learn tricks and what to do and what to speak on and all this stuff. And at some point, everybody kept saying, you just got to pick up the camera and do it. And as much as I understood that phrase, I could never do it. Um, until I watched, Dante London, and like this was in December, and like the first 1 or 2 videos of his, that he just, I don't know, that man hyped me up, man. He definitely got the fire in me. That's like, okay, let's just do it. And everybody was right. Once you do, it's still hard to do a video. It's still hard for me to figure out things to talk about. Um, you know, but it's not as hard as before the first one. The first one was the hardest one. It's just doing it. Just going through the whole rotation of doing the video, editing a video, and uploading it, and seeing people comment and like and watch, and you know, that was a little nerve wracking the first time around, but it's nothing. Now it's just about me finding content to share. Doing the video itself ain't no problem. Um, what I got going on? I'm sorry, y'all. I just noticed I had this thing this close to that box. It's all up in the camera. I'm 9 minutes in, so that ain't getting edited out. I'll just, there. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I didn't realize that. I was looking at it and seeing the gray all on the side of the camera. I was like, what the heck? I don't drink alcohol no more, but I do still smoke weed from occasion, so my mind don't work 100%, so bear with me, y'all. Not that I'm promoting it on YouTube or anything, that's a me thing. Works for me. Um, I did quit years ago for a while. right when I was turning 30, just before 29 or so. And within a year and a half, all of a sudden, I was diagnosed with all kinds of disorders. I was bipolar and borderline personality and severe anxiety disorder and manic depressive and PTSD. Just like things just started happening to me. And I come to find out, it was definitely a reason to recover for sure. Come to find out, I had been self-medicating since I was like 12 years old with weed and drugs and alcohol and everything else. And when I quit at 29, I didn't know how to handle any kind of emotion. I didn't love, anger, jealousy, hate. I did not like it. It was all overwhelming. My system, essentially what I was told by counselors is that my system is shut down when I started doing this stuff at 12, when I started self-medicating. And when I stopped at 29, my emotional mindset was that of a 12-year-old. I never grew. So now I have all these 29-year-old adult issues in life being thrown on the mindset of a 12-year-old, and I didn't know how to handle any of it. I just did a lot of bad things, did a lot of self-harm type things, and so I got to figure out how this works when I say stuff like that. I don't want to trigger nobody, but at the same time, I want to share my testimony as best I can. But I did a lot of things. I ended up in a couple hospitals a few different times. Started getting sober on and off. I had this weird, hey, this is strange. I had this weird thing where I would never let myself go a year being sober. Like literally the week or so before I would get my year chip, I would purposely go out and drink. Because I'm not a hypocrite. I don't lie. I tell you everything, but if you ask me, I don't lie. It's not something I do. And so, it was like I would self-sabotage myself, and I would go in there and I'd be like, nope, I can't get it. I drank last week. And I did that 2 or 3 different years. I would get the 30-day chip and a 90-day chip and a 6-month chip, but I never would get that 1-year one. I don't know what was up with that. The weed after, I guess I'm jumping around here. The weed after these diagnoses in my early 30s, and they started putting me on medications. There was a lot of side effects to a lot of the different medicines. Some were sexual, some were physical, some blew me up. One gave me permanent restless leg syndrome. It was just all these side effects, and I was like, you know what, man? I'd rather go back to smoking weed. And so ultimately, that's what I did, because when I stopped smoking it, I started having these wild, thoughts and doing crazy things. But I didn't get into the self-harm stuff too much until I actually got on their medications. That's what it seemed like to me. And I was like, man, they're doing all these side effects, and then, I got this self-harm acting, cutting or whatever it is I'm doing, burning myself, whatever it is, it made me feel better. It's a very strange situation being a borderline personality. It's very strange, but like you can't handle the mental pain, you can handle physical pain, so you'd rather hurt yourself so you don't have to deal with whatever's in your head. It's real nutty. But I started recognizing these medications. At the beginning, I'll give them the credit. They chilled my mind down enough for me to get a grasp of things. But then I started understanding what harm they were doing to me. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather go back to smoking weed. Just, if I can do it for the medicine and not so much for the buzz. Now, that was hard to separate, and I still haven't really done it. I enjoy my buzz, but, it's helped me in my life. It's helped me. I would never advocate to anybody. I would give you my information and tell you what my testimony is and my dealings with it. But I don't know. I don't want to advocate anything unhealthy to anybody. Not even a soda. It's like you got to make that your choice. I do enough unhealthy stuff. I smoke cigarettes still. Been trying to quit them. I dip. I smoke cigarettes, dip Copenhagen, and smoke an occasional cigar. I mean, I'm a wackadoo. What can I say? So, yeah, so that was that quick testimonial about, I still do things. I don't want to come across one. I do make comments about going to AA and being sober. And see, I'm sober this time around. It's February now, so it'll be 7 months at the end of the month since the last time I had a drink. Um, I've been sober on and off from alcohol. 12 years. For the most part, I do drink 3 or 4 or 5 times a year. Um, New Year's Eve or 4th of July, I'll have some drinks with somebody. But I don't drink a whole lot. I don't, for the most part, I don't. Now, last summer, I was starting to drink often again. I was definitely doing it once or twice a week, going out with my brother, going to shoot pool, whatever it was we was getting into, and I was starting to drink a little bit more, and so around September, I had made the choice that, it's okay. I got to stop this because I know where it can go. I need to just go ahead and chill out on this altogether for a while before I end up getting to a point where I can't. And I was never the kind of alcoholic that drank every day and drank from sun up to sundown, or had to have a couple drinks every day, even if it wasn't all day. And it wasn't that. I might only drink once a week or 3 times a month. But when I drank, I made stupid choices. I made stupid decisions. Usually my anger controlled them decisions. But if it wasn't my anger, it was just stupidity. Just me doing dumb stuff and getting in trouble and costing money and being tossed out of places and drug out of places. It just, that was that. I'm that kind of alcoholic. I'm not the kind that wakes up and craves the beer or the whiskey and, has got to have it. No, I'm just not responsible when I do have what I have. And I was heading back in that direction last summer. I was going through a few things. Yeah, and that's no excuse. I'm not trying to put it on anything. Um, I'm sorry if y'all hear the cars going up down the road. I got the garage door shut. It's nighttime. I was hoping it would be much traffic, but yeah, I'm not going to put it on anybody. It was all me, and starting to find a reason to get by. Getting in the bottom of a bottle. Um, and I had to make a decision, and I have. And, so far, knock on wood, I've been sober maybe 7 months at the end of the month, I believe. It'll be 6 months at the end of the month. I'm sorry. Don't want to be a liar. It's easier when you go to AA. It's easier to keep up with the time. I haven't been back to AA in years. I know the tools. I've been there enough. And, I don't know. I mean, AA is great. I will highly recommend it to anybody that needs it. But I don't know. I just didn't want to get involved with that again. I'm from a small area, so when you go to AA, you end up coming across people that you may have done things with in the past and hung out with in the past, and there's been a couple times. There was literally a couple times I walked out of an AA meeting and went straight to a bar with somebody there because they're like, "Hey man, you can go down here to so and so. We'll just drink some coffee." And, you get in there, you can go drink a coffee. You know what? Let me get a red eye. Let me get a whiskey, Two Fingers or something. Let me get a Maker's Mark or something. That's how it ends up happening. So best thing I could do is avoid bad situations and bad places where bad decisions can be made. And so I've been doing. It's hard anyway. So sorry I got the month off. I'm just counting it in my head, but it'll be 6 months at the end of the month since I've last had a drink. Um, It's a hard thing to do, you know. It's especially when you lived your whole life that way, because everything's based around it. You know, everything you do has been based around your addictions. You know, how you work, when you get up, when you go to bed, who you associate with, where you go, what parts of town you go to, what buildings you go to, what places you frequent because of your addictions. You know, you don't go to this restaurant, you go to this restaurant because this is where all of you people hang out at. You know, so if I need a hit or I need this or need a bag or whatever, somebody's going to be here. You know, and when you change your life and decide to give up addiction, there's a lot of things you got to give up. And that's people, places, and things. And you know, your favorite restaurant may not be your favorite restaurant no more. You know, your favorite watering hole ain't your favorite watering hole. And, you know, there may be fishing holes you ain't can't go to no more because other people that go there you just can't be around. It's just the way it is. It's what you got to do. It's a sacrifice you got to make for previous bad decisions, but it betters you. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. It's a little chilly out here. It's getting cold. I can tell I'm flapping my gums and not drinking my coffee. But anyway, I just want to get on here and just let everybody know how happy I am to see everybody doing their best, even through bad situations, even through rough days, even through harsh times and financial burdens and sickness and cold weather and just, you know, sunlight going down early. You know, that's a big deal too. That's seasonal deprivation disorder stuff. And, um, you know, it's very encouraging to see people still just putting one foot forward, just trying to be a little bit better than yesterday. And I want to encourage y'all to keep on doing it, and hopefully y'all encourage me to do it. And, just keep on keeping on, like Joe Dirt would say. That's all you can do, you know. Just wanted y'all to know that y'all recognize that I see you, that I see how hard you're working, and I understand how hard it is. I do. And you're doing an awesome job. You're doing fantastic. Just keep it going. Anybody that's watching this and never talked to me or seen me before, you know, keep doing your best. Whatever it is you're doing, just try to just do a little bit better tomorrow. And just keep going. Just don't stop. No matter how hard today is. You might not be able to do today what you did yesterday, but don't stop. Just don't stop. And with that, I'm going to hop on off here and wish everyone a great night. And look forward to dropping another video saying hey to y'all again soon. I look forward to seeing some of y'all's videos. I'm going to go here and give me some late night chow. All right, y'all. Y'all stay warm. One love. That's Ben Franklin fighting somebody. It is.